Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. So, I think we're going to see a fight today. But before we do see a fight, I think we're going to see some shenanigans again. I think Brett's going to play hardball. I think, from past experience, from what I've been through, I think Brett's going to make videos saying he's somewhere, but he's not. You're going to get Danny and the rest of the lads telling the truth, and you're going to get Brett spinning a few porkies and spinning a few lies. But I do think, there's no getting away from this today. There's no way Brett can hide from this. I think he's going to turn up and fight, and he's going to have to. There's no getting away from this today. And I honestly do think if it's a stand-up fight, if it's Queensberry rules, I think Danny will make short work of it. I really do. If it's an all-in fight, it could be tough. Brett is 20-odd stone, and if he bear hugs Danny, if he gets him, he's obviously going to be stronger than Danny. But I still think Danny will win. I think Danny's too clever, too smart, too fast, and Danny is a strong little fucker. I've sparred with Danny, I've moved around with Danny, I've felt him, for his size, for his weight. He's strong, and he's not a small guy. Danny's not a small guy, Danny is. He's not a small man. Danny's a big man, I'm a short ass. I think Danny's a bit taller than me, but he's not a small man. He's not a small man at all, and he's strong, and he can pack a punch, And say what you want, about Danny's durability. He's only ever lost against the best. That's a testimony to his durability and his toughness. Now, when it comes to fighting the likes of Brett, Brett's fighting style and fighting abilities nowhere near as good as anyone Danny's fought, to be fair. I think Decker's a lot better than Brett. I think every single fight that Danny's had, apart from... every single fight Danny's had, I think everyone's been better than Brett. So I think Danny could make short work of this in Queensberry rules. The only way Brett could make this a tough fight is if it is an all-in fight and Brett does get his arms wrapped around him. Then it could be a little bit tough for Danny. But other than that, I still think Danny beats him. He's just too clever and too smart, too fast. But I do think we're going to see a fight today. I really do. I can't see how we don't. How do we not see a fight today? It's impossible for it not to get sorted today. The only way this doesn't happen today, is if Brett makes an outrageous claim, or Brett decides to put a balaclava on and run around with knives and swords and get himself locked up. I don't know how this doesn't happen today. This fight has to happen today. It's impossible for it not to happen. You get me? Both men are in the town. Both men are making videos. Both men are good to go by the looks of things. Let's hope we get a fight. God bless.